Hi everyone. So today we'll be discussing on the topic permutation generation algorithm. Yep. So let's see what the definition part says here. Permutation generation is the process of producing all the possible arrangements of the elements, right? Where order matters. Here, order matters, right? So permutation generation, again, it is the process of producing all the possible arrangements of the elements where order matters using recursion to fix one position at a time, where order matters actually using recursion to fix one position at a time. Let's move on with the algorithm explanation here. The first thing, we have to fix one position in the array at a time. We have to fix one position at a time, right? Starting from the index 0. Yeah, we have to fix one position in the array at a time starting from the index 0. So we have to recurse from the index 0. Yep. So this gives the hint that we have to recurse from the index 0, as we'll be going with the backtracking, and we will be fixing one position in the array at that time. So this is very important. Next, what we'll do, we'll try placing every remaining element at the current position. Yeah, that's what we will be doing. We'll try placing every remaining element at the current position. So this is fine. Then we'll swap the chosen element into the current position. Then what we'll do, we'll swap the we'll swap the chosen element into the current position. We'll recurse for the next position. We'll recurse for the next position. After recursion, we'll undo the swap, nothing but backtracking to restore the original state, right? We'll recurse for the next position. So this is fine. We have to go with the three methods, right? One is choose, recurse, as well as the unchoose within the backtrack method, right? Within the helper method, we can say within the backtrack method or the helper method that we make use of. We have already seen the backtracking template. Yep. We'll swap the chosen element into the current position. Then we'll recurse for the next position. After that, after recursion, actually, we'll undo the swap, nothing but backtracking to restore the original state, to restore the original state. So this is it for the backtracking part. This is it for the backtracking part, and this is it for the permutation generation algorithm as well. Now let's do one thing. So let's articulate the same thing in the form of code, whatever we discussed within the algorithm explanation, right? So let's articulate the same thing in the form of code. Let's do that. First thing here, within the main method, mm, I'll do one thing. So let's go with the recursive function to generate the permutations accordingly with the algorithm explanation. Yep, let me go with static here, void. I'll just go with a permute method, permute, right? So I need two parameters here, one a, and also I'll just go with a index. Yep, so this is fine. It's as simple as that. So within the permute method, if the current index reaches the end, one permutation is formed, right? If the current index reaches the end, then the one permutation is formed. Quite obviously. For that, let's write the code. See here, I can just write it in this way. If index equals length of the array that we have considered, actually length of the array, or a, nothing but a is nothing but the array, length of the array. So I'll just go with here. Let's print something for the interactiveness. Yeah, I'll just go with arrays. Let's print the arrays. Let's convert this one back to string by making use of toString actually. Yep, all we have to pass is array a. This is fine. We are done with this part. We have to exit from here. So let me make use of the return. It's as simple as that. Let me come out of this one entirely. Now we have to try every element for the current index. So let's go with a for loop. So this one will be for I equals index. So this is fine. I less than length of the a. This is also fine. Then let me increment the I. Let me increment the I. So within the for loop, we have to swap the current index with I. How to swap the current index with I? Let me go with them. Let me assign this one to I of index. So this is fine. A of index. So this one, let me assign this one to A of I. So this is also fine. And A of I, let me assign this one to temp. Let me assign this one to the temp. So now after doing this, after swapping the current index with I, all we have to do is we have to recurse for the next index, right? So I'll just go with a permute of A, nothing but the array, and we are recursing for the next index. Next index means index plus 1. So we have considered the variable idx plus 1. This step we have done. Then we have to backtrack. First thing here, whatever the swap thing we have done here by considering the temp. So this part is nothing but swapping the current index with the I. That's what we have done. So basically this part is choosing, right? So we have three steps within the backtrack method. Choose, recurse as well as the unchoose. Yep. So we have went with the choosing method. So this is nothing but the recurse. Then again we have to unchoose. Yep. Unchoose in the sense we have to go with the backtrack. We have to undo the swap actually. So I'll just go with the temp equals a of I, a of index actually idx. Yep. So we are done with this. But next a of index. Again, I'm telling, just listen to this. All we have to do is we have to go with a helper method. Backtracking template, actually the video has gotten cut actually, whatever the video had made. So let me stress this one again. So within the backtrack template, actually I have given that one within the this one comment actually, you can just go through it. So all we have is, so we will be maintaining the helper method whenever we are going with the backtracking, we'll be making use of the recursion, right? So within the helper, we'll be making use of the helper method backtrack actually. Anything based on the question, you can just name the method. Usually we'll be going with a helper method named backtrack. Within that, we will be going with the three things. One is choose, next one is uh, recurse, the third one is unchoose actually. These are the three things that we'll be doing with the backtrack. That's it for the backtrack actually. It's as simple as that. However, the problem might be you have to give the good variable names actually if you're going with this one. If you are asked the backtracking question in the interview actually, usually you have to go with a good variable names, and you have to know how the backtracking works. Mainly backtracking uses recursion, and yeah, usually we'll be trying all the combinations and other stuff within the backtrack, right? So the some of the famous problems are there. This one itself. So whether to generate all the subsets, yeah, permutation generation, combination generation, that mobile. So this one, keypad, when we type that, which consists of the all the characters, right? So that combination, basically, if you want to display that question, it's one of the famous LeetCode questions actually. Those kind of questions usually will be solving using the backtrack. Usually we solve using the backtrack itself. Yep, backtrack itself. So in the ethical hacking also we make use of the backtrack, right? Usually with the phishing and other stuff, we'll be going with the backtracking actually. If you would have used the Kali Linux and if you would have installed the Kali Linux and other stuff, so usually you can make use of the backtrack. Usually you make use of the backtrack there. Yeah. If you would have tried certain things actually. Yeah. This is fine. Now let's move on with the other stuff actually. So I'll just go with a of index here. So this one I'll just go with this one, a of I, right? So yep, so this is fine. Then so this is fine. A of index equals a of I. Mm, what we are doing here? This one we are backtracking, right? We are undoing the swap. So okay, we have to undo the swap. So now I'll just assign a of I to temp. I'll assign a of I to temp actually. So we are done with this part. Let me come out of this one entirely. Now all we have to do is we have to move on with the main method actually. We have to move on with the main method. Let's go with the example input array. For that, let me go with a equals. mm, 1 2 3, the example that we have written here, the same example will be considering 1 2 3 actually. Yep. So we have to generate all the permutations for this particular set actually, which consists of the elements 1 2 3. Yep. Now we have to start the permutation from the index 0. So we have already written the method permute. We have already written the permute method, and we have to start the permutation from the index 0. We have discussed this one. All I'll do is I'll pass the array as well as the index 0. Yep. So this is it for the code, man. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Yep. So now let's check whether we have any error. Let's check for the error. All right. We do not have any error. Yep. So this is fine. We do not have any error. Let's do one thing. Yeah. Let's start writing the, let's dry run the code so that just to check whether whatever the code that we have written works absolutely correct for the particular example. Let's consider the same example that we have considered with the code or the main method actually. Let's do that, and then later we can come back here and just run the code, right? So by dry running the code, we get to know whether whatever the code or the algorithm that we have written works correctly with the example or not. Along with that, we get to know the output for the this one example that we have considered within the code. Yep. So yeah, let's dry run the code now. So now we'll be going with the same example that we have considered within the code. Yep. So this is fine. First, we have to start from the index 0. Let's start the diagram. So we have to start from the index 0 as per the this one, as per the discussion that we had earlier, right? So we have to fix the position A, right? So we have to fix the position, not fix, yeah, we have to fix the position 0, sorry, as we are going with the zeroth index. So I'll just index equals 0. Let me consider this one, index equals 0. First, what we'll do, we'll swap 0 comma 0. Yeah. we'll be swapping 0 comma 0 first. Yep. So this leads to actually 1 2 3 all the elements. Yeah, this leads to all the elements 1 2 3. Then what we will do, we will be considering index equals 1 now. Index equals 1 will be moving to the next one. So within the backtracking, actually we have written the same, actually three things: choose, recurse, as well as the unchoose. Choose, we have chosen, then we are recursing, then we have to move to the this one unchoose, right? Means we have to undo the swapping that we have done. Now we have to write the, we have written the code within the recurse to move to the next index. So we will be considering idx equals 1 here. Next we have to swap 1 comma 1. Next we have to swap, we have already swapped 0 comma 0. Accordingly, with the index equals 1, we'll be swapping 1 comma 1. So this becomes again 1 2 3 1 2 3. So we will be printing this one, we will be printing this one as output. Yep. So this is fine. Next, within the index we have, we'll be swapping 1 comma 2. Actually, as we are going with the swapping, we'll be swapping 1 comma 2. So now this becomes 1 3 2. This becomes 132. So we'll be printing this one as well, we'll be printing this one as well. So we'll be printing this one and this one, 1 2 3 1 3 2. So this is for the uh, index 1, index 0, as well as the index 1. Next what we'll do, next step, we have to swap 0 comma, we have to swap 0 comma 1. Yep, we have to swap 0 comma 1. So that is nothing but it would become 213. It would become 213. It's as simple as that. So now first let's consider index equals 1. Initially index equals 1. Now we will swap, what we will swap. So the same steps will be carrying on, right? So for us, we'll be swapping for the 0 comma 1. That's it. That's the difference. So now we will swap 0 comma 1 first. Sorry, 1 comma 1, as we are going with the 0 comma 1, right? So we'll be swapping 1 comma 1. So this becomes 213. This becomes 213, and we will print this. We will print this. So this is fine. It's as simple as that. Next, same thing, similar to this one. We will be swapping actually. What will be swapping here? 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2 this time, right? So this would lead to 231. This would lead to 231, and we will print this one as well. We'll be printing this one as well. Yep. So we'll print these two. Yep. So this is fine. We are done with swapping 0 comma 1. Next, we have to swap 0 comma 2. Yep. Next, we have to swap 0 comma 2, right? So this is fine. We have to swap 0 comma 2. That would lead to 3 to 1. 3 to 1. So this is fine. So initially index, so this is equivalent to 1. So this is fine. Then finally, what we'll do, we will swap 1 comma 1. We'll swap 1 comma 1. So here we are going to print 3 to 1, right? We are going to print 3 to 1. So I'll just go with a print here, right? So next, similar to this, similar to the previous two steps, we will swap. We are left with only one thing, nothing but 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2 would lead to this one. What do we call? 312. 312, right? So this one we are swapping actually. 1 and 2, right? Index 1 and 2. Same thing we have done for the uh, this one, swap of 0 1 and swap of 0 comma 0, right? So this becomes 312. 312 based on the index, right? So this is nothing but the index. We are swapping index 1 comma 1 1 comma 2 actually. So that's what we are doing. So here 1 comma 1 1 comma 2 again. Yep. So this is fine. It's as simple as that. We will be printing this one as well. We'll be printing this one as well. Yep. So now we have got 3 to 1 as well as 3 1 2. We'll print these things actually. Finally, what we have done, what are the things that we have print actually? So let me write this one over here. 1 2 3. Next 1 3 2, these two things. Then yeah, then we are going with 213. Yeah, we are going with the 213. Then we are going with the 231. Then we are going with the 231. Next we are going with the 321. Next we are going with the 321. Finally we are going with the 312. Finally we are going with the 312. So this is the output that we need to get actually, all the permutations, right? For 1 2 3. For the set 1 2 3, this is the permutations that we need to get. We are displaying all the permutations, right? For that itself, we have written the code actually. This is the output that we need to get: 1 2 3, 1 3 2, 2 1 3, 2 3 1, 3 2 1, as well as the 3 1 2. So this is it for the dry run, right? So this is it for the dry run. Yep. So we are done with this part. Actually, we are done with this part. So next, what we'll do, as we have complete idea, so whatever the code that we have written, if we have written the current code actually, so based on the code itself, we have dry run, right? So accordingly, we have to get the output we have already considered actually 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3 to 1 as well as the 3, 1, 2. So this is the output that we need to get actually. So this is fine. Next, what we have to do, yeah, let's do one thing. Let's run the code that we have written. So let me come here. I'll just come to the part, this part actually. What I'll do, let me run the code. Let's wait for some time. Yeah, you can clearly see here 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3 to 1 as well as the 3, 1, 2. And all order matters actually. Order matters. Just remember this one. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2. We have got the absolute correct output, right? So we have already run the code. So whatever the code that we have written works absolutely correct, right? For the example that we have considered. Yep. So this is fine. Now we are left with only one thing, nothing but we have to discuss the complexities for the code that we have written. Let's do that.